Shalom YouTube, back here to do another video. In this video, all I just want to say is age does not mean wisdom. Age does not mean wisdom. There was something that Paul told Titus to do. He told Titus in the book of Titus to teach the older women so they will not fall off, or if they're already falling off, teach them so they can get back on the right track, so they can be able to teach the younger women. And this verse got me thinking about a lot of things that I see in certain events, certain things that I dealt with in the past. And it had got me thinking about how there's older people out there that you think would be wise and teach the younger ones the way to go. The younger ones not to be led astray by the certain temptations of this world. But we live in a day and age, and I believe that this has always been happening. I believe that there's always been older people that have been off the right track due to things that happened in their past, due to the things that they were mistaught when they were coming up, and that led to them to where they are now. But it got me thinking about a lot of older people who are so busy acting immature and trying to fit in with the younger people. And when I mean fit in, they trying to act immature. They acting like they're still in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s. They're still acting reckless. They're not guiding the younger people. See, for me, I see being an elder as a blessing, because that means you done lived through so many things, that the Most High got you through so many areas. The Most High done got you through many things in life. And now you're at a point where you can be able to teach the younger people, when you can be able to guide them and tell them where not to go or where they can go. See, this has been on my mind, and I don't know if this is going to be a long message or a short message, but I see this a lot going on, where there's a lot of older people that are acting immature and not in their right mind. And I'm not just talking about the older women. I'm talking about the older men too. Because how are the younger generation supposed to learn from the older generation when the older generation don't even got it right? When some of the older generation is living foolish as well. See, this is what shows me that age and wisdom, it doesn't really matter in the extent to where it should matter. See, in the way age should matter when it comes to wisdom, because age, when people go through things in life and they go through it, and over time, as they get older and older, they become wise and they become more mature. But for a lot of people, that's not the case. There's some people out here where the younger people are more wiser and understanding than the older people. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I know that's not everybody, because I know that there's a lot of wise older men and older women, and there's a lot of wise younger men and younger women. And see, even in the Bible, it said to teach your children the way to go, and when they get old, they should not depart from it. That was back in Proverbs, and that was when God used Solomon to talk to the fathers and the parents, basically back then, and basically now, to teach your kids the way to go, and they should not depart from it. But how can the parents or anyone that's an elder teach the younger folks the way to go, but they haven't even got themselves right? They still on the corners. They still in the drugs. They still doing things that they know they don't got no business doing. They're still being foolish. They're still doing things that a child would do. See, a child will be reckless. A child will do things that they're not supposed to do because they are children. But once you get to an age where you know better, you should do better. Once you get to an age when you know better, you should do better. But there's a lot of people who get to a certain age and you think that they should be the ones to be wise and give you the advice on where you should go. The ones that they should give you the advice to tell you not to go this way because they've already been this way, or don't go this way because it's not the right way to go, or don't do this or don't do that, or this is the way you should go, or tell them things like not to fit in. But in some cases, that's not true. See, in my opinion, when I think of that verse where Paul was telling Titus to, teach the older women, I think in a way he was telling them to teach the older women because some of them, because Paul even knows that some of the older folks have been misled. Some of the older people have been misled. And they need teaching too. So in a way, age doesn't matter, because if age did matter, the older women wouldn't need to be taught because they would already know better. But since some older people out there don't know better, they need to be taught. Matter of fact, they need to be reminded on where they're at. The blessings of an older person is their wisdom and knowledge, something that they could pass on to the younger people. See, it's a blessing of being old. There's a blessing in that. Because there's a lot of people that didn't live to tell the story. There's a lot of people that didn't even tell a story. If you know what I mean. They didn't even tell a story. Some were aborted. Some went through abortion. Some got killed because of abortion. So they never even had a story to tell. So the fact that you as an elder, or the fact that people as elders could still try to be immature and then at the same time try to blame everything on the younger generation. How can you blame something on the younger generation when your generation haven't even got it right? How can you blame something on someone that's younger than you when you were young, you were foolish? Or not when you were young, but even now, as an elder, you're still being foolish. So that is the subject I wanted to talk about today. Older men, older women teach the younger women, teach the young man. And younger man, younger women teach the older ones. Because both sides are not perfect. Nobody is, older or younger. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. So if you're looking at this video, I pray that you have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. Pray that everything's going well for you. And I pray that wherever you're going through, you're going to make it out, because we all have storms in our life. But the question is, how do you handle those storms? Do you have faith in the Most High? That's up to you. But until next time, whatever you get into, if God's not in it, best if you come out of it, because it's going to lead to nothing. And until next time, shalom.